You're listening to First in Line, your all access pass to fan culture. I'm Liv,
And I'm Elham.
and we have an exciting episode for you today. We're talking with Carolyn Devers, who is a marketing coordinator at the Moody Center, which is a concert venue in Austin, Texas. So we can't wait for you to hear that. But first, we have to hear Elham's boyfriend of the week. So, Elham, will you share who your boyfriend of the week is this week?
Yes, my boyfriend of the week this week is another athlete, and I'm honestly going to give it to two people because I have a really hard time deciding. So I'm going to give it to Austin Matthews and Jack Hughes. I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but the U.S. men's hockey team won gold for the first time in 46 years, and I woke up at 6:30 in the morning to watch the game, and it was worth every minute. And I just love, I have like an obsession with Austin Matthews that like I can't even get into because it's like actually embarrassing, but I love him so much, and I'm just so glad and happy that he won something because he gets called loser all the time. And Jack Hughes got the overtime goal, which was very exhilarating. And I don't know, I just am like, give us some, like, end the Olympics with a bow and give us something to be happy about. So they're my boyfriends of the week because I couldn't pick.
We
I couldn't
love
pick
a duo
one.
boyfriends of
Yeah,
the week.
yeah. I could have honestly picked the whole team, but I thought, okay, you need to be classy and be normal. But yeah,
Love it.
that's
I feel like this
my.
is the second time we've heard Austin Matthews on this short,
'Cause I just
like,
love
rerun
him.
show. So good
I
for
love
him.
him.
And he's finally up there for boyfriend of the week.
I know. Finally, he won something. Me just trashing him. Me trying to give someone a compliment by
Yeah.
also trashing them. Sorry. I love you
He's
though.
winning an award, but he's also still a loser. And he just won gold.
I
It's,
can't.
it's flirting, right? Like, it's just flirting.
No, it's flirting, of course.
Today, we are joined with Carolyn Devers, who is a marketing coordinator at the Moody Center in Austin, Texas. And we're so excited to have her here. Thank you for joining us, Carolyn.
Thank you for having me.
And for those who might be wondering what the connection is here, we studied abroad together in 2018 in London and connected over our mutual love for music and books and all things British as two girls who were teens in the One Direction era do.
Yes, well, yes, of course.
And of course, we have to initiate you into our podcast ritual. So, would you start us off by sharing your barricade or bust?
Okay, so I was going back and forth on all the things that were in like my top, listens to, like what was I reading, and I have still been on the Bad Bunny train since the Super Bowl.
Yes, yes.
It is still playing in our office. Everyone's still talking about it, and I can't get enough about it. So that is my barricade or bust.
We
Love
approved. He
it.
was the boyfriend of the week 2 weeks ago now, so right on target.
Yes, yes, we love
What
him.
about you?
My weird or bust this week is I'm going back to my trashy reality TV, enjoying time with the new season of Love is Blind. I'm so back and forth with Love is Blind. Like sometimes I don't even finish seasons because they like annoy the shit out of me. But like this season has some wacky characters that I'm excited to see if anything actually comes, if anyone actually makes it down the aisle, because right now it's not really looking that way. And those are always the best seasons. So
Is it released
I
as a
recommend it.
bulk or is it week dropping weekly?
It's like they dropped 5 episodes, I think last week, and then this week they do like maybe two, then three. They do a random
Okay, I
order.
haven't watched it yet. I need to. I'm really excited for, I mean, you're saying that they're wacky, but like I can't imagine what's going to be more wacky than Philly next season, which I will
Oh my
definitely
God,
be watching.
I'm excited for that.
I need to see what kind of characters they found in the city of Philadelphia. So I'll definitely be watching this season at some point to prepare myself for next season.
It's honestly really funny because it's like, oh, they're all in Ohio.
Mhm.
And you would think like it's kind of boring because I mean, they did one in Minnesota, they did one in Minneapolis, and it was boring because it's just like it's just basically suburban. Like there's no like city vibes or anything, but these people are just so bizarre that it makes up for it. The fact that they're in Ohio, like I'm like,
It's
this
good
is
reality
hilarious.
TV, I guess. So
Yeah, yeah.
funny. And my barricader bust is Jade Thirlwall this week because I went to her concert last night, which was such a
Hmm.
good time. She sold out the Fillmore here in Philly, and she sold out a couple venues on her tour, which is really exciting. And it was an interesting crowd. A lot of older people too, I would say, which I was surprised.
Really?
Me and my friend were
Yeah.
talking about feel like we thought we were gonna feel old at the concert. And I was surprised by like the demographic and the age of most of the concert goers. But she put on like a real show. It's all like it's called the That Showbiz Baby Tour, which is what her album is called. So it's very like showgirl, like a lot of drama and like
Love.
feathers and fancy dresses. So it was really good. So she's my barricader bust this week.
We got a good roundup.
Yeah, we do. We always like to start off our interviews with talking about what got our guests into fandom. So, Carolyn, would you dazzle us with what your first foray was into like real fandom and what that experience was like for you when you first liked something more than you ever liked anything before?
Yes, I would love to. I think this is a common occurrence in a lot of the fangirls that I grew up watching One Direction
Hmm.
on the X Factor, like while I was on TV. And it kind of evolved. I got their first CD, and then I was on Stan Twitter, and then Tumblr really just like took over my life. And I grew an unhealthy obsession with just like fandom and just learning and understanding like, oh, like I'm gonna go on YouTube and like I'm gonna watch these fan edits of XYZ and just
Yes.
diving head first, which now in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, that was an unhealthy obsession, but here we are. We're
No
thriving,
such thing.
surviving.
I know. I'm like, we love being unhealthily obsessed.
That's
No,
like
and
the
it was
brand.
great. And I 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like I wouldn't change a thing. Like it
Yeah.
made me like have a good foundation to like research, if you will. So
No, literally, yeah.
Really, like the
And
best researchers come from Stan Twitter.
I know you can always find something. Obviously, with all three of us, I mean, Liv has is British. The me and you, we both studied abroad in London, probably wanting to do that because of our obsessions. So, could you talk a little bit about that and like how that kind of maybe, you know, was a catalyst for why you made that decision?
yeah, 100%. So again, stemming back to One Direction, again, every typical girl that I knew back then wanted to study abroad because they were like, oh my gosh, like the British boys and the fandom and all that stuff. And I think that I stuck with it, but also, getting into reading, a lot of my favorite authors were based in London, or like in surrounding areas in the UK. And I think I always knew that I wanted to study abroad. And I think whenever I was like researching different opportunities, it really was clear that London, one, would be a hub for me to like get a travel bug, if you will, because it's very
Hmm.
easy to just like, pop up around all Europe and other the surrounding areas. And so I think that definitely catered into it, and then kind of going into like the whole fandom and like directing me into London, Harry and Niall and all of the boys. Like when I got off the plane, I had never met these girls. Like this was like we met obviously like orientation, blah blah blah, and then we go, and one of the first stops that I dragged them to was Nando's, and they were like, "What is the
Yeah, because
significance
there's one
of
right down the
this?"
street from the tube. Like we got off at the tube and you make eye contact with the Nando's.
It was insane. They were like,
But you love Nando's, don't you? I feel like you do.
"Oh my gosh, yeah, are you kidding?" Like they have a Nando's now in Austin, and I'm like, I'm obsessed. Like I will
Yeah.
order it to the venue. And all of my coworkers are like, what's Nando's? Like we've heard of it, but like we don't know. And I'm like, let me just tell you my lore real quick, and then we'll like dive into the Nando's. But yeah, that's kind of the extent of that, like was so ingrained in me, and going to London and like so funny. I'm like dying. Like what teenage kicks right through the night. Just
Oh
like
yeah, though. What's it called?
why am I
Oh my God,
blanking?
what is it? It's like way too many people in the Addison
Yes,
Lit.
Yes,
Wait, one
it
way or
was.
Were we talking
another?
about two different songs, maybe?
Wait, no,
I don't
you're
know.
singing Midnight Memories, I think, and
What
she's
is
singing
she?
One
What
Way or
is?
Another.
Yes, Midnight
Oh,
Memories.
yes, yes.
Yes. But yeah, like going to all these places and like
Yeah.
seeing it like in real life was kind of changing, like life changing for me. So, anyways,
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Yeah, but do you think like I know for me personally, like I feel like studying abroad like really made me realize like, oh, like the thing, I don't know, just I don't know, maybe give me like more perspective of like what I could actually do with my life because I was like, oh, like I'm in this major city where like all these things that I'm obsessed with like are all centralized here and I'm seeing like all these people that, I admire or whatever in these places and it kind of opened me up to being like, oh, I can actually like make this kind of my job in a way or like career. Like, do you think that was where you started thinking that or was that before you even studied abroad?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I grew up, okay, a little bit of backstory. Whenever I was 15, in the like Hispanic culture, you'll do like a quinceañera. But instead of doing that, my parents and I actually went to Europe and they're like, we're spending the money on us. And so that kind of gave me the travel bug. And so then traveling and studying abroad in London really helped me kind of, you're right, branch out and open up to different opportunities that like I first of all didn't think were possible because I was my first generation college student, which was already a crazy feat for
Mm-hmm.
me to do that. And then going abroad, my poor parents were like, you're going to be in a whole different time zone. Like, how are you going to do this? And I was like, it's fine. Like, many people have done this before. Like, it's with our college program. We're fine. And then that kind of translated into me thinking, like, I really can go wherever I want. If I like am
Mm-hmm.
really passionate about something, I can make something work. Like, even if it's like teaching abroad in Spain for like 3 months after college, or, staying in London and figuring out the scene there. Like, it really did open up that opportunity. And like with our study abroad experience, we got an internship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in touch with like my coworkers from that internship still. And they're like, Carolyn, when are you coming back to London? Like, we miss you. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. Like, say less, I'm coming. Like, but yeah, that definitely helped push me going into like a different avenue that I thought I wanted to go in was like the book publishing avenue, and I got an internship with HarperCollins, which is nowhere near Texas.
Yeah.
So this it just like helped broaden my horizons in that sense. So I don't know, it was kind of fun.
Yeah. We love Liv and I just love London.
Didn't you went
Literally,
back, Carolyn, didn't you? You saw Harry in London, right? I'm not like
I
making
did. I did. The love of
Wait,
my
what
life,
year? What
2018.
year? Oh, okay.
So
When
I
that
you
was
was
like,
like
I'm
studied
going
abroad,
right
you saw him.
back.
yes, a
Oh my
thousand. So
God.
like it was his first leg of the his debut
First album. Yeah.
yeah, titled. I saw him in the fall of my junior year, and then I knew I was studying abroad, and I was like, oh, I know he's
I'm
gonna
getting
come
those
to
tickets.
London.
That is so fun. Yeah. We love Harry.
It's
Well,
kind
you
of
did a couple other roles before you ended up at the Moody Center. When you first started working at the Moody Center, you were a guest services host. So can you tell us a little bit about that role and then also what led you to the Moody Center and then also like transitioning into the marketing coordinator role?
yeah. So the Moody Center is like a decently new venue. It's like 3 or 4 years old now. But before, it was called the Frank Irwin Center. And that's where I grew up going to shows before they tore it down and like they made the Moody Center. And kind of going into that portion of my life, I was at an ad agency and I was worried, like, I was completely remote. So I was like, I need to have a fun job. And like, I want to have my fun money, but like, do something that I'm going to actually enjoy. And so my roommate actually was guest services there at the Moody Center. And she was like, why don't you just like apply to be like a guest service host? And I'm like, okay, great. Like, and I applied and I got it. And that's basically like the juxtaposition of being an usher, the ticket taker, you could be in the elevator shift. Like, it was very like show focused, I guess you could say, like day of show. And it like got me into the music space. Like, it sounds so funny, like starting from like literally the bottom and then going up to like a full
Yeah.
pipe.
I mean, that's what people that are listening to this are gonna want to hear because I
Yeah.
think that's somewhere that all like music fans start, right? You start thinking like, what are the avenues for me if I want to work in the industry? And I think something like that is super accessible for someone that just loves live music.
Yeah, and I think that me having experience outside of just like the music industry was very helpful for me to get this job specifically because I had like a big software company like experience. I did have a startup experience in marketing, and then I had like an ad agency experience. So like having that still be like my main focus and like my main background, but then like having this fun money of like, oh, I get to like actually be in the venue, seeing all these like patrons that are coming through the door, getting to listen to live music for free, kind of insane. But
Yeah.
being paid to do it, like that was like the dream. I think that it also gave me respect, like immense respect for like whenever I go to a different venue, I'm
Mhm.
like extra nice to the people that are because I'm like I've been in your shoes. Like I've had, not great people come up to me and like be mad because of XYZ situation that's like out of my hands, but I'm trying to make sure that they have the best experience possible at the venue. And that's still translated to me in this full-time position. Like it's the best and the best experience that I've ever had. But yeah, whenever this was happening, like the transition of, oh, like I've been in guest services for like 2+ years. And so whenever this position opened up, I was telling my managers, I was like, hey, so can you like put in a good word for me, please? And they did, but the hiring manager told me later on, she was like, I'm glad that you had, the people that were full time vouching for you because it was like great experience, yada, yada, yada. But we also like chose you because you had other background experience that was what we were looking for. And like you were passionate about it. Like you obviously did the grunt work at the beginning, like doing guest services. And it's not a pretty job. Like you're in a uniform and you're, having to handle drunk people and just like throwing, like making sure that everything's correct and blah, 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 chair strike and all that stuff. But they're like, you have like the best of both worlds where like we know that you're passionate about Moody and also you have the experience of being like what we're looking for this new, like for this open position, I guess you could say.
Was it a
Hmm.
no-brainer for you when you saw that they were hiring for like a full-time role like that?
Yeah. Like when immediately when it was posted, and again, funny enough, my roommate, the one that convinced me to join guest services, she actually also got full-time position.
Wow.
So it was like a little fun thing. But yes, whenever I saw it posted, I texted her immediately and I was like, hey, I'm gonna use you as a referral, like SOS. Like this is like whenever I was going through the process, I felt sick. I was like, one, because if I didn't get it, I know I'd have to see this person.
Yeah.
And like I
Doing
mentally,
the job you wanted.
yeah, I was like mentally, I would need to take like a month off because
That's
I
so
would
bad.
I would need to crash out by myself. But yeah, no, and I straight up told my roommate that I was like, if and it was like to the very end, like I knew I was like at the final rounds, and I felt sick, and she like came down from like the office because I was like doing something for a show earlier that day. And she was like, "You're like getting close to the end." I'm like, "Don't tell me that. I will actually be sick right now and like have to excuse myself." But yeah.
Did you have to do like any sort of like practical assessment during the?
Yes, I had to. They gave me a show that was going to be playing off at the end of September, I think. And they were like, help us create like a marketing strategy and a marketing plan for this specific show. I'm like, okay, great, easy. Because one, it's like a show that I kind of wanted to see anyways. And then two, I already kind of knew what I needed to do to like do the outlines, making sure that like the ad plan for like if we're doing paid ads or if we're doing organic social, like different content ideas, like that's what they were looking for. And then I submitted that, and then if they liked it, I had to like kind of present it to the final round. And so that's what I kind of had to do, which was great because it was a great experience because now I do basically that, like looking at shows and
Yeah.
figuring out how to make them happen. make more ticket sales.
How was the adjustment moving into the marketing coordinator role, knowing that you have, of course, like the vast marketing experience, but that you hadn't worked in this specific type of job before?
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment, but have to give credit where credit is due. Like my manager really helped me through it and she created like a desk guide and she's like, "Okay, breaking it down, this is the nitty-gritty like what you will need to know." And obviously like I kind of knew based on hearing conversations like from my roommate what they kind of did, but obviously it was like getting thrown into the fire, which is I think my best like approach to this specific type of industry because like things are shows are going to be so different from one another just based on the genre, the demographics, like everything. So being able to just know that I'm capable enough to get the job, I was like, okay, I can conquer whatever is thrown at me and we'll take it day by day. And obviously, like, I'm still learning. I'm only been in this job since last June, but I love it. I can't wait to keep learning and growing and obviously evolving in this role and this position and this company. And so, I don't know. I think it was an adjustment, but also like a good adjustment, if you will.
Yeah, and probably easier because you have that like background love of music and the arts to like kind of
Hmm.
lean on support you. And I'm sure in your fangirl era, probably like all the rest of us, you were like theorizing on what strategy all of your favorite artists should do next and what
Yep.
they should be on and all that sort of shit.
Yep. 100%.
Hmm.
Can you give us an idea of what your day to day looks like now in this role?
Yeah. So it kind of varies, but I'll give you my example of today. So this morning we had three announcements. So that I had to get up at like 6 because the announcement was at 7, and that's based on like what the tour promoter sends us.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And so depending on the global, rollout and all that stuff, like I have to build out the landing page, make sure that the Ticketmaster link is correct, like making sure that the venue presale is correct, the on sale, like, and then whenever it goes live, like making sure that the Facebook event is making sure that all the correct promoters are on there and like putting the ad mat, which is like the graphic that you see on like whenever a venue posts that's like the
Hmm.
tour, it's called an ad mat. I didn't know that going into it. So again, little fun
Yeah,
note.
new word we know now.
Yes. And like when we're prepping for a show, I'll have to do like the script for the in-house like TVs and the ribbon. So like whenever you're walking inside the venue, like all the TVs have certain like graphics on them. So like I having to make sure that that's getting with our IT team and like everything's correct and like all the show dates are correct and getting with our partnerships team to make sure that like it's one show, one partner, one show, one partner, because we have, contractual obligations to XYZ people. And then a lot of my time is also focused in on grassroots, which is something that like whenever you're, trying to promote a show, like you're looking at your local vendors and reaching out to them being like, hey, like we sense that there's a lot of overlap in our audience, like in this specific venue, like what you're doing aligns with this artist. We'd love to see if we can collaborate on something like cool, like anything that we discuss obviously has to go through tour approval, but wanted to see if like you're interested in. And that's like a lot of research, like knowing again, knowing your demographic, knowing the area that you are in and making sure that like if there are fans of that specific artist like within our company or like within like my friends, I'm like, "Hey, like who do you think like Demi Lovato? Where would she hang out? Like, give me some like tips and tricks, and then I'll like coffee shops, poolside, and then I'm like, okay, who do I know in Austin that can fit that demographic? And so it's like a lot of outreach on my end. But yeah, that's like I guess in a nutshell. There's obviously like nitty gritty things, but like
Yeah.
How far in advance do you find out like about a lot of these shows before you end up having to kind of do like what is the time between you finding out that there's going to be a show to having to do all this for like the announcement?
it can vary. Like we can know about it a couple weeks out, or we can get the email like on a Friday and then expect it to go up on Monday. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
Which I'm sure has been happening a lot. I feel like a lot of artists, I mean, obviously in the back end, probably for you, is earlier than like the fans, but I feel like a lot of artists have recently been like just dropping, like they're like, this album's coming out tomorrow and the tour's on sale right now. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yes, I've been seeing these crazy on sales. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, like
Yeah.
let go breathe.
Yeah, I'm sure it's crazy for you on that end too to be like, oh crap, now I have to get this all together like right
Yeah,
now.
it is, but I think that's also like the fun part of it that you're like,
Hmm.
okay, I know that this new artist is coming, but like nobody else knows, and like I can't
Hmm.
wait to see like the comments and the reactions being like, oh my gosh, like how did you not tell me? I'm like, I legally cannot tell you. Thank
Yeah.
What is your schedule like? Like, is it a typical 9 to 5? Do you work the weekends? Like, what does a typical week look for you? Like, if there are shows?
Yeah, so it's flexible. If it's like a show day, you'll see a lot of people rolling in at like 3 or 4 for like the security meeting and then like staying throughout the entire night for the show. If you're not working it, like let's say, well, because Lady Gaga's coming, right? Um, Flex.
Just drop that name.
Just, fun. So I am not working night one, but I'm working night two. It's on a Monday. I'd have to, if I'm working the show, I'll come in at like 3, work my entire like 9 to 5 day before the show starts. And then what marketing does actually is like if we get approved for house photography, so we'll escort our house photographer down to the main arena area, have them take the photos, and then we'll escort them back out, and then we'll continue on working. Obviously, like we can enjoy the show,
Yeah.
but if it's like this whole week we didn't have any show announcements, but we do have technically shows, it's flexible. You can come in later, you can come in earlier, like you can flex your hours. Like it we do have to work on the weekends though. So if I have to work on a weekend, maybe I'll take like a half day on Friday just to like offset that. I'm not like
Hmm.
super burnt out, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it sounds like you're just so burnt out and you're having a horrible time.
No, it's just like so hard being me.
You sound like someone who's really happy to work the weekends, so I'm happy for you because that wouldn't be me.
That is so
So yeah.
funny. Speaking of like show days and stuff, what is kind of like your favorite part of the show day? Obviously, I would assume a major perk is seeing the artist, but like anything outside of that, like maybe with the fans.
Yeah, so for like I can think of one specific moment. We had Lord and we were her opening night of tour. And so
Wow.
it was insane like leading up to the event. The team and I came up with like a strategy to go out and like interview fans. Like we'll do like outfit videos and just trying to see like create excitement for the people that like obviously couldn't attend or eventually you'll see it on like a live stream or something, but just like getting that hype up and interacting with those fans that love the artist, because like obviously that might not be like my favorite artist, but it's like their favorite artist, so seeing them so excited and like I'm like on the Reddit threads like, oh my gosh, like we're all gonna camp out, like blah blah blah, like we're gonna be meeting up here XYZ. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And
Hmm.
so obviously like I want to make their like lives happier, I guess you could say. So whenever I'm like walking around like interviewing people for whatever TikTok idea that we're having, it's fun to see like their reactions. Like sometimes, people are shy and like they'll say no. Later on in the comments they'll be like, you just passed by me, like so fun, like love that what you guys are doing, like blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, heart
I
eyes,
know,
like so cute. But yeah.
so sweet. I love those videos where they're like, what's everyone wearing to see Lord? What's everyone wearing to see Taylor? Like, I love those videos. Honestly, gives other people who are going to like later dates a good idea of like what
100%.
the vibe is. So I
I
always
obviously
appreciate that.
support on TikTok, and it is funny to see. Like, especially I would say, I feel like you guys did one for Tate McRae, and it's like all of her fans are in the same like style. Like everyone
Outfit.
got the memo. People obviously did their research before they go to her tour. Like I've seen other videos of people posting their outfits, and it's always like, the sporty look, and it's or the sporty or the cheetah leopard print.
Yep,
I
the
think it's
the
always
short.
so fun to see those videos that everyone got the memo, or like you ask fans like what their favorite songs are, and like 90% of the fans say the same song.
No, and
Yeah.
give me some variations, but obviously, like, if that's your favorite song, period, love that. Like, stay true to yourself. But yeah, and that also kind of brings up a different point. Like, if we're at the tail end of the tour or like in the middle of the tour, my manager will actually like go and do some research of like the key moments that
Mhm.
are going to be happening at the show, and we'll send out like a recap, like, okay, marketing, like these are the songs that we really need to like capture the fans or capture like a secret surprise guest. Like whenever Benson Boone brings out his surprise person, like we had Glenn Powell at ours, and I'm like, okay, so
Oh
we
my
had like
God. Well, I guess he's from Austin or like went to school in Austin or whatever. So, but I'm like, that's crazy.
it was insane. So like we had like 3 or 4 different people stationed at different vantage points to like see, okay, who's gonna get the best video, and like that's gonna be the one that's gonna be uploaded. And like what we're trying to do is really like upload it in real time. So like we'll get the shot, we'll go into like a club section down on the like event floor, and like we'll be like having our phones like to our ears, making sure that like nobody's screaming so loud that we can just like post it quickly on TikTok. And so yeah, it's like it's a whole process, like the day of show and doing all that stuff, but it's a lot of fun.
Would you rather be at the, like, what's more important, being the opening night or being the last night? Or do you have a personal favorite? What do you think?
I mean, now having seen both ends of the coin, like there's like pros and cons to both. Like obviously opening night, you're like creating that excitement. Like you don't know what songs are going to be played until somebody goes down to the security meeting and like they chat about it and
That
like
little picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
literally. And so then I'm like, okay, this is great. Like I'm excited for the fans, and sometimes I'm like, don't tell me, like I want to be surprised.
Hmm.
And then there's other times when it's like like closing night, and you're like, I've been like seeing it hyped up all on my feed. Like I don't want it to end, but like I'm glad that it's ending like at our venue. And I don't know, it's both, I guess, if that's an
Probably
answer.
feels years if you're closing night.
What would you say, like, I guess there's obvious answer to this, but like besides the obvious, what would you say is like the biggest difference between attending a show as like for work versus for fun?
Biggest difference. I think the biggest difference, at least for me personally, would be not having the pressure of getting the perfect shot or making sure that, if I'm bringing down a photographer for the media escort, like if it's because a lot of the times they only allow the first 3 songs to be shot because later on the performers get like all sweaty and all that stuff. But so I would be worried about making sure that I'm counting the number of songs and then like escorting them back up and then coming back down and like getting those key moments that we're seeing across all the social feeds. But then like attending, I can still have that pressure of myself, like let me get the perfect shot, but like knowing that it's not going to go on our venue socials. It's just like a personal like story, like
Yeah.
me scream like you betrayed me, like it's fun. And I'm not saying that both can't be fun, it's just
Yeah.
it's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's hard to like rein yourself in when you're taking video. Being like, do not sing, do not sing, do not sing, do not scream, do not do anything.
I learned so long ago after my first concert when I saw The Wanted. I was like 11 and I recorded the whole thing singing. And then I played it back and all I could hear was myself singing. So that's like the thing. Even like as a fan, I have to decide like which songs, because obviously I want to record my favorite songs, but then I
Yeah.
can't sing that. But then I want to record my favorite part, but then I can't sing my favorite line. So it's always like a balance of like, okay, I'll say like I'll record this line and then I'll put my phone away because I can't sing during it or it ruins it.
100%. I think that that happened to me actually whenever we had Tame Impala come. Like I was running around the pit, like taking the video, but then like whenever I knew it was done, I'd like turn it to myself and I'd be like, and like I'd be with her and just like screaming. And obviously, like those are moments that I get to keep personally, and like
Yeah.
obviously nobody's ever gonna see them except for like my close friends. But
Which do you have to pay for iCloud usage for all the videos you have?
you don't want to know. I have literally like
Yeah,
my
Yeah.
you're on one of those.
yeah, I
You're
have
one of
a
those girls
external
now.
external hard drive for sure.
Yeah, that's so funny. Do you have a favorite tour or artist that has come through from like a work perspective? Like what has been the most fun tour for work?
She's like,
My
I'm scared. I don't want to pick the wrong answer.
no, yeah, literally.
It's like picking a favorite child, but probably harder.
Dang, okay. I mean,
But
because
probably harder.
like calculating. I really enjoyed Tame Impala's concert. Like that was kind of insane. And it's to the point where now like he just announced his like Joe is gonna be an opener. I'm like, so should I like travel to Miami to go to opening night to go see Joe and Tame Impala? Like the visuals were there. It was like the most sold ticket, like the tickets highest sold at the Moody Center. And just like the energy that you could just feel it from the fans and like everyone there was just having the time of their lives. And like I looked up to like our top section, like the 200 section, and you could just like see people just dancing and having fun and just like even though they were not at a great vantage point, like they just were having fun. That's the
Hmm.
best way that I can describe it. And like it made me be like, oh my gosh, I am so lucky and so blessed to be here experiencing this. It's like very euphoric and I don't know, it just made me have a better appreciation for him as a performer.
Is that a
Hmm.
show you would have gone to like as a fan, or is it a show that you saw like, just because you were working?
I think I would have gone as a fan, but I've been so like not jaded. Jaded is not the right word, but like because I work in the music venue, I like don't want to pay a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you've been like spoiled by it in a
Crazy.
positive way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I
But
get that.
I did just buy Bruno Mars tickets. So here we
Well,
are.
he's worth it. He's
Yeah,
worth
he's
every penny.
Insane. And like that is one show that I actually did go to travel to. Like me and my roommate went to Vegas to go see him at his residency and like
Oh
that was
my God.
oh, the best time. The best time.
heard he's such a good performer. I need to go see it. We
I
talked
know
about
I
doing
need
it when I
to.
was still in college, like in Philly once, but we didn't end up going and I regret it.
You need to go see Bruno Mars. Like that's if yes, please. And his openers on this tour kind of insane.
Yeah.
So
Is there anyone that like you would have never gone to see, like just, buying a ticket because concert tickets can be expensive, but that like surprised you?
so I'm not a country girly, even though I live in Yeehaw, Texas. So any country artists that have come through, I'm like, oh yeah, like I see the hype and I can totally appreciate you as like a vocal artist. Like this is crazy. I think one of them was Lainey Wilson.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, I love her.
I found a new found appreciation for that woman. Like she is insane. And like her whole aesthetic for that tour was incredible. But yeah, like any country artist or I'm trying to think like of who just like there's random people that like I have to work the show and I'm like I don't know your demographic like I'm not just not your target demographic but I can appreciate like you being able to one like not sell out a show but like come to the Moody Center and perform in front of like all these other fans that like wanted to hear you, perform here. I don't
Hmm.
know. So I think it's definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone of just like my pop girlies. So I'm like
Yeah.
open to different genres now, if you will.
Yeah. And
I
it's like an appreciation of even just like putting on a show. I feel like sometimes I'm like, I feel that way a lot at festivals because there'll just be like down times where I'm just like, let me just sit right here in this grass and whoever's performing in front of me, I don't care. And then I'm like, wait, this is kind of like so good. Like,
100%.
so I feel I can understand that.
What about you? What about both of you? Like you're asking me, but like what about you two?
What about me?
What about, I'm like, what?
I
What
just
about
saw
us?
Jade last night.
I haven't. When was my last concert? I don't literally know.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know. Oh, I think
I found like a lot of like other because I love pop music obviously, but I also love pop punk. And if you go to a pop punk show, all of them bring like four opening acts to every show. It's like actually
hmm.
crazy. So I found so many other bands that I've liked through that. Like they'll bring a lot of I think it's part of like that culture is like bringing people up with you and like having small bands come on and play. So I've had a lot of bands that like I kind of liked that now I love. Like me and Eric were just talking about this band called Boston Manor. They're British. I think we saw them like 3 years ago open for Neck Deep, and they were amazing. And their song is like one of every year is like one of our most played songs on Spotify. We just love them.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I feel like I get a lot of my new music or new artists through festivals because I only go to concerts if I really like a person because I'm like, I'm not paying that price tag for just anybody that I, like a song or two. I'd rather just go to a festival and see your set there. Like, and I feel like the last time where I was really amazed by someone was, ironically enough, another country artist was Megan Maroney. I saw her at Lollapalooza like 2 years ago, and she was so good. And like everyone, 'cause Lollapalooza's in Chicago. I don't know, like there people have no country here, and there was like a lot of people there, like at her set, and everyone was singing the words, and like she was just so like engaging with the crowd. And I was like, I like this, and now I'm like a fan of her music simply by going to see her play like two songs that I knew.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. We same thing, kind of Megan, but like this is Ella Langley.
Like the choosing Texas
Yeah. She's
girl.
coming to our venue. And again, I'm not a big country artist fan, but everyone in the comments were like, "Oh my gosh, like so happy, like blah blah blah." So I'm like, okay, I'm excited to hear her sing.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Only a few more questions for you, and this
yeah.
is potentially the most important one. But what do you think about Harry Styles' tour that's coming up, and what are your thoughts?
Oh my God, I'm like Delulu for this man, which is actually not okay. That's why I'm still single,
This
but
is a safe space here.
No, yeah.
We're totally
Trust me. I've been through the five stages of grief with him over the past month. Like I'm just at
yeah.
one day I'm over it. I'm like literally texting. I'm like, I'm done with him. I hate him. I'm over this tour. I'm over this ticket
And then I said, "When are you going to
hunt.
London?" And she's like, "Oh, I just told my friend, buy a ticket if he gets one." It's like, okay.
It's literally a disease. So this is a safe space.
Okay, great. Well then I feel free to tell you that I'm going to one night only.
Oh my God. You got tickets through the ticket thing? You're like literally, honestly, I'm happy for you because you're one of two people. I literally only know one
That you
other person
actually
who got
know.
tickets that I like actually know. Yeah. Who got
Yeah.
tickets to that. Oh my
Yeah,
God. That's going to be so good.
What kind of voodoo did you use? Did you
girl,
sell like
I
your
don't know.
firstborn, a kidney?
Probably, in a past life, probably. But you should have seen like us in the office. Like all the girly pops were like we set calendar reminders like during the day to get like in line. Like I
That's
was in.
adulthood, honestly. Like if I don't set a calendar reminder, like I will be missing it and I'll be like 3 minutes too late. You know what I mean? I totally
Well,
get that.
and when we would get in line, it was like you're 114,728. I'm like, so you hate me. So that
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
love. Um, but we tried so hard for any of like granted, like I wanted Harry Queen so badly, like so badly. Obviously the cards were not in our favor. But we're doing one night only, which is I'm like, okay, I'm okay with like the trade-off of that for me personally.
Yeah.
Like whatever. And that's like happening so soon, which is insane too.
Hmm.
This whole tour of his is very crazy. And I feel for the fangirls that like lost the battle. Like I was in the I'm thinking about like the time when I fought the battle for Taylor Swift. I was in the queue for 15 hours and I got face value tickets the first leg.
15 hours.
15 hours. Live. When I tell you it was in like it was 10 a.m. and then like I was like max 3 hours, right? No, it kept going. I had to call my friend that was like off of work. I was like, hey, you need to come right now and take my computer to the living room because I have to work. So I feel for all the fangirls. Like I feel like this has been like one of the crazier tours that have like the ticket prices and like the Ticketmaster queue and all my friends have been like, you work in the music industry, you should know like blah, blah. I'm like, I wish I knew the ins and outs of that.
Also a victim.
Do you want to I'll show you my receipts. I took pictures of like each time like how far I was in the queue. And sometimes my friends we'd be like on a text thread and be like, I'm 3,000 like I'm about to go into the, get my tickets and then it'd be like sold out. I'm like, oh, okay, love that. So it was a hard fought battle, but like a lot of my friends are traveling to like Mexico or like London because they want to see Mission Twain opening up. So I don't know. I have like mixed feelings. Like it's like very bittersweet because I know like I won't see him on this leg of the tour other than like on my grainy phone, like on a live stream on TikTok, like, hey, I was there in section like 201. Like,
Yeah, I feel the same. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like literally five stages of grief because I'm like I've never missed a tour of his, but also like I need to give myself a reality check. Like okay, girl, like it's okay. Maybe we'll see him maybe something will shake. Like I keep telling myself that I'm like you never know what's gonna happen. Like literally crazier things have happened. Maybe I'll happen across a ticket. So that's all I can hope. But yeah, it's very, very annoying and hard. And I'm sure it's more annoying for you because I can't imagine like working in the industry. I feel like anyone who I know who works in music, I'm always like asking them stuff. I'm like, so like give me some tips and tricks and they literally are the same. They're like, girl, I go through the same battles that you do. So
it's not fun. And like for tours that are big for that are coming to our show, like we'll hop in the queue just to like obviously get the fan experience and like see how fast we go into the queue and how fast we move. And I'm like, I can't believe I did this for like 10 plus years, like trying to get in. But I feel like it wasn't that bad before. I don't know. I feel like the winds have shifted and like things are just very different now. But again, neither here nor there. Don't hate me, Ticketmaster gods, please.
I feel like the last time I really struggled to get a concert ticket was for the 1975 MSG. That was like 5 years ago now. It must have been maybe even longer. And I feel like even that at the end of it, like I eventually found like a general admission ticket.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gotten crazier. I mean, I know Elham told me like 100, she was literally like 100,000 in line, and there's not that many people that can fit in any of these venues. So it's literally crazy.
No, I get why he's doing stadium tours, and like that's why all my friends were like, "How is he not coming to the arena? Like he already did Harry's house in Austin." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Girl, you wish yeah, me too, me
yeah,
too.
you're like, I wish he was coming to the freaking
Yeah, you
Moody
would do
Center.
too for a check. Like literally, that's what I'm here. Like, come on." But I'm like basing it off of his like past tour. Like he was doing stadiums. Like I'm sure he's gonna be doing stadiums. Like I don't know. I don't
hmm
know anything about this man other than like he can take my coin and I'll be okay with it.
No, literally. He was also one of the artists I was like, okay, hey guys, I haven't talked to you in 3 years, but here's the album and a tour. Hope you have.
Girl, yeah, that was an insane drop. Like, and the funniest thing is that I was doing like a social media fast and I was in a meeting, mind you, like a serious like marketing meeting where like brainstorming ideas. And again, my roommate knocks on the glass door and she's like, "Hey guys, sorry I have to interrupt, but like here," she just said, "Sorry I have to interrupt." I immediately knew. I knew it in my jellies. I knew it in my bones that this man dropped something and it was like I'm releasing a single. And I said, "Oh, I hate you." And I couldn't concentrate. Eventually I did like lock back in. But I was like, this would happen to me when I can't be on my phone, like on TikTok or Instagram. And did have to re-download it because I was like, I have to let my fans, aka my followers, know that I am alive and well. Because if I didn't post it, I know I would have gotten a million texts. So here we are.
No, literally, my phone was blowing up. It was like, oh God. I can't imagine being on a social media fast in general. I can't imagine being on a social
No.
media fast when Harry Styles announced something. I feel like my friends would literally be doing the same, like mental health check.
I'm just like flying to Minnesota to make sure you knew.
No, literally pull like, are you alive? I'm
That is so
okay.
funny.
Okay, actual last question. What advice do you have for fans that want to work in the music industry or at a live music venue? I know you kind of touched on a few things that kind of led you to your experience, but do you have anything else that you would want to share?
I think one thing that I've realized is like just never give up because I felt like I'm 28. I was like I'm so late to the game. Like everyone around me had internships or had like smaller venue experience and like this is my first like real step into the entertainment world and the music world. But it's like you're never too late to learn something. Like you're never too late for what is intended for you. Like if this is what you are meant to be doing, if and or what, like you will find your way there. And it may not be like your standard, okay, graduating college, getting the internship, getting into the music industry. Like, it's not always black and white like that. You just need to know that like there's different avenues that you can enter it through like an internship and like get that experience and then maybe start smaller and then grow up to like a venue, like a stadium, like XYZ, or go on the talent side. Like there's different avenues that you can take.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just researching like what you want to do like in your career in general and then finding a position in a company that fits that role. So if you already know that you love to do like HR, okay, great. Would you do HR at like a small performing arts center, then grow up to like the live music industry side? Like, I don't know. There's just different ways that you can approach it. And my best advice is like, there's going to be 100 no's before you get that yes. And it's okay. And like, don't feel discouraged because what's meant for you is so cheesy, but like what is meant for you will happen to you and the timing is going to be right. Like I didn't think that I would get this, like I don't know, I never thought that I'd get this job because like I had applied for a job at this venue before, like when it first opened and I didn't get it and I was like, "Oh, that's a bummer." But hey, like I'm here now and I'm loving it. This is like what I feel like I'm meant to be doing. And hopefully somebody else will feel the same way.
I love that. I feel like this is literally the most perfect answer, the best way to like end
Yeah, perfect
this
note
conversation
to
because like it's true and I second it. So I love that.
Thank you so much for sharing everything about your job and your experience with fandom. It was so lovely having you on our show.
Thank
Yes,
you so
thank
much for
you.
having me. Love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Make sure that you're following us wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. And make sure that you're following us on social media at First in Line Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter.
And please don't forget to rate and review us. Give us those 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Like all of our YouTube videos. Please subscribe. All of that.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on First in Line.